Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's Disney related video. Today I am sharing my tips and tricks for Disneyland. So my husband and I went to Disneyland for our honeymoon. We went there and to Aulani Resort in Hawaii. So we spent like 2.5, almost 3 days there, so we aren't expert by any means, but we have been to Walt Disney World a lot, so I feel like that gave us a lot of knowledge for Disneyland and helped us to get a lot done at Disneyland. So I'm going to be sharing a bunch of random tips that we learned along the way, and hopefully this will help you. If you guys have any Disneyland tips, make sure to leave them in the comments below so it can be even more helpful for anybody who's watching. So without further ado, let's get started. And if I'm looking down, I'm looking down at my list. So, unlike Walt Disney World, I'm not going to compare a lot. I will do a whole separate video on that. But unlike Walt Disney World, where you can make dining reservations 6 months in advance or 180 days, it's only 60 days at Disneyland. So don't think that you're going to make dining reservations really far in advance. It's only 60 days or 2 months. You also can't make fast passes in advance. So Disneyland still uses the paper fast passes, but they also have a program that you can buy, which is called Max Pass, which I will get into a little bit later. So you can't do a ton of pre-planning. Dining reservations is about it. So when we were going, I was just like, well, we'll be in Disneyland for this meal because I know we're going to eat here, and we're going to be in Disney California Adventure for this meal because I know we're going to eat here. Other than that, I don't know what we're going to do. Hopefully we get everything done. And we pretty much did everything that we wanted to. Get the app on your phone. The Disneyland app is really helpful. You can check wait times, you can find out where the nearest washroom is, you can look at menus of food, you can order food. It is really helpful to have, and there is Wi-Fi in the Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure, but it's a little spotty. If you can, get Max Pass because it is really helpful. I will have a post-in video coming up all about Max Pass with everything that you need to know, so make sure to check that out and subscribe for when that comes out so you'll get a notification. But it is $10 a day per person, so obviously if you have a family, like, it's not the most cost-effective thing, but we did find that it was really helpful, and you can use it in both parks. So you can be in Disneyland and make a fast pass for Disney California Adventure without having to walk over there and get it and then hang around while you wait for your time to come up. So that was really, really helpful to have. Another really good tip is to rope drop. So be at the park for opening because you're going to get a lot done with minimal wait. So we were there like for park opening both days. We did the magic mornings, which again I'll get to in a minute, at Disneyland on the Thursday morning, and then the Friday morning we were at Disney California Adventure right at the beginning, and that helped us immensely, so I would definitely recommend that. So Magic Morning is like extra magic hours at Walt Disney World, so it's an hour where the park is open to only certain guests, that you have to have this on your ticket. So if you get a 3 or more park pass, you get that. So we had a 3-day ticket, so we were eligible for it, and it's on certain days. I know we went to Disneyland on the Thursday, so it's Thursdays, I think, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Friday is at Disney California Adventure, but that's only for people staying at the Grand Californian. I'm not sure if the Disneyland Hotel is included in that. I think it's any of the Disney hotels, and then you get special admission to Disney California Adventure. So we did the Magic Morning. We found that for us it wasn't like super helpful, but if you have kids and you want to do a lot of attractions in Fantasyland, it would be really helpful. We kind of like did Space Mountain and then tried to go to the other side of the park, and not everything was open. So by the time we got to Fantasyland, the lines were long because that's where everyone went. So if you're going to go to Fantasyland and do what you want to do there with hopefully minimal wait. Next, using the app, you can order food. You can even order like a Dole Whip from, I don't know if it's, I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if it's Aloha Isle, but, so you don't have to wait in sometimes the ridiculously long line. We didn't ever order through the app, so I can't speak to it, but I have heard that it is really quick and you pay through the app, so, but there's no dining plan at Disneyland, so it just charges to the card on your account. So it was, I wanted to, but it was kind of chilly, like, that I was like, I kind of want a Dole Whip, but then I was like, I'm kind of cold, so I don't want a Dole Whip, but that was really helpful. Next, use the single rider lines for popular rides. So what we did was when we went on Radiator Spring Racers, every time we used a Fast Pass, using when we had Max Pass, but if we couldn't have gotten Fast Passes every time, I would have gone once with Fast Pass, gotten one Fast Pass for it, and then every other time just use single rider, because those people basically walk on, especially for that ride, number one, because it's so popular, and number two, because of the ride, like the seat configuration, because it's 3 and 3, a lot of people are couples, or 4 people, like that, it doesn't make, like the row, they'll just plop one person in with you, so you will ride a lot faster. We watched people just like walk on, so definitely take that into consideration. And next, Park Hopper is so worth it. At Disneyland, you can walk. Like, it's, I couldn't even believe how close the parks were until we were there, and it's like, Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, Disneyland, Disney California Adventure. So we were back and forth like multiple times each day, so it's definitely worth it. And again, with Max Pass, you can use that to its full ability by getting Fast Passes for the opposite parks and just walking back and forth. You're gonna walk a lot, it's Disney, but it's definitely worth it to get a Park Hopper. Next, we found that there were so many food options, and I'm not sure if it's just like at Walt Disney World that there's like more parks, so there's more food options that are more spread out, but in Disneyland it felt like, especially like New Orleans Square, kind of like Frontierland area, it felt like there were just tons of restaurants like all in one space. So make sure to try the food and make some sit down reservations. Just go to some quick service. We enjoyed all of the food that we had there. I mean, it's Disney food, so it's pretty good. But just make sure to try all the different offerings that they have. We didn't eat a lot at Disney California Adventure. We did the Paint the Night dinner package, so we ate at Carthay Circle. But I think that's the only meal that we had there. Everything else was at Disneyland. But we ate at Blue Bayou, we ate at Cafe Orleans, we ate at, Carnation Cafe, El Rancho del Zuco, or whatever that one is called, Hungry Bear. Yeah. We tried a lot and we enjoyed everything. Make sure to take the time to walk around. It's Walt's, that's the park that he had an apartment at. That's the part that he walked around. So just take it all in. Take in the classic Disney. It was fun. We kind of went crazy in the morning and got a bunch of stuff done, and then as the park started to fill up, we just took our time and walked around and sat places. It just was really magical being there, and just kind of remember to stop and take a minute and just experience the ambiance of Disneyland. If you're wanting to see Fantasmic, make sure to get Fast Passes early because they will sell out, and it's separate from Max Pass. So even if you have Max Pass, you have to get a physical Fast Pass for Fantasmic. There are 2 showings, so if you go really early and they're not giving out the show you want, then you can come back. But just make sure to get it because so this will kind of lead into my next point, but the Thursday we were going to get it, and it was, so we got the Fast Passes, and then it didn't end up happening, and then the next night when we were we should get Fast Passes for Fantasmic, they were all gone. So So the next point is the fireworks in Fantasmic can be canceled. So in Disneyland, because it is so close to like real life, like there are other buildings all the way around, like, and California can be windy, they can't put the fireworks on if there's wind, because you can imagine what will happen. So the night we went to see Fantasmic, it was very, very, very windy. So we waited and we waited and we waited, and it was like, it could be delayed, it could be delayed, it could be delayed, it's canceled. So didn't get to see Fantasmic in Disneyland, but also that was something that we knew could be an issue going into it. So our hopes and were kind of, we kind of knew that that could happen, so we tried not to be too disappointed. And then our last night, the Christmas fireworks were going to happen. It was the first night of the Christmas season. We were so tired that we ended up leaving the park, but I'm not even sure that the fireworks went off that night anyways. So next, just a couple places that like we personally used. So we used Carmel Shuttle to get from LAX to Disneyland, or to our hotel. So I would definitely recommend them. We booked them through Getaway Today. It was fairly decently priced, and you basically did it through all through my phone, like I confirmed, and then it was like, let us know when you're here, and then it's like, okay, this number car is being dispatched for you, just stand here and wave them down when you see the number. And we like flew to Disneyland. Like, we drove, but it was really fast, which I was really happy, because like the second I land, I'm like, okay, I want to go, I want to be there right now. So it was really easy. Dropped us off at our hotel, like the pickup was all scheduled, it was really easy getting us back. I would definitely recommend them. And then next, stay somewhere close to Disneyland, and like to Disneyland Resort if you can. We stayed at the Best Western Park Place Inn, which was right across the street, so that's where the shuttle took us to, and it was so nice being able to walk like just right into Disneyland. So if you are familiar with Walt Disney World, picture at Magic Kingdom where the bus shuttles are. So imagine walking kind of like past that. I would say like it's even closer than Bay Lake Tower or the Contemporary Resort, but like walking kind of how you walk into the park that way, that was what walking into Disneyland was like for us. And it was a Best Western, so they are like, they can't be expensive because of the proximity to Walt Disney World, or to Disneyland. Oh, that makes me mad, so I'm mad that I did that. But it's still cheaper than staying in a Disney resort, and there's no, like, location is on par. Like, there's no, it's not a Walt Disney World resort versus off-site. Like, there's not that distance. So, yeah. But those are all my tips for Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you have any tips, make sure to leave those in the comments below. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.